earlier, we want to welcome all living and all, and people are really watching across the country and also abroad. And we wish on behalf of the government, the ministry, and the president, prosperous 2024. As usual, we start with brief updates before we begin to discuss what to make we are today. So I know say today the 9th, so Bokuti happened since the 1st of January. So the first one I will start with, I know say the president be address the country on the 1st of January by a new message where he assure everybody say we go endeavor for make the country better and more comfortable future for the government, and we will also take steps for able to make sure say we tackle the many economic challenges that we'll get. Also on that same first, pursuant to section 40, subsection 4, paragraph E of the Nigerian Constitution, the president exercised the prerogative of mercy to say pardon 352 inmates nationwide. Among them, one way clemency, we all know say we began with brother, we are the well-known musician, Elijah Madiba, popularly known as Boss LJ. Also on the 2nd of January, Salone will also be part of 5 countries that will include like Algeria, Guyana, South Korea, and Slovenia will begin their role as non-permanent members of the UN Security Council. Now this is a 2-year term. We officially started the 1st of January, and also they will use that day for doing what they call flag installation ceremony, where now we permanent representative in New York also doing that one before we. On the 3rd of January, His Excellency also be making trip to Algeria outside meeting counterpart. We then discuss many things there, because now Salone and Algeria also are not permanent members of the UN Security Council. These visits are for make the cement the relationship we don't need between Salone and Algeria, and also for move forward the common African position on the UN Security Council reform. Also, on the 5th of January, His Excellency also he welcomed a delegation with the Prime Minister of the Republic of Guinea, Bernard Boumor, a leader with the Go State House, where they move for express the solidarity and gratitude on behalf of the President of Guinea, Colonel Mamadi Doumbouya, because of what they happened in Guinea, where there will be a tragic explosion in the country. We all know say immediately when that happened, the Honorable Vice President will do education will include ministers then and people and agencies for who support and express solidarity from the President to the people of Guinea. Also on the 3rd, we know say the bank governor of Sierra Leone, Dr. Ibrahim Bokari Stephen, we tell people and say the currency, the old loans, we don't come to an end on the 31st of December, and we the 1st of January 2024, we mean say now the new loans are the only recognized legal currency, legal tender for all financial transactions in Salone. Also, we know say on the 3rd of January, where the minister will give more further details on, the state will commence a preliminary investigation against former President Koma, where they don't charge with treason, misprision of treason, and 2 counts of harboring before Magistrate Civic Bagua, now Magistrate Court number 2, na Panema Road, because of the alleged involvement and the attempt for overthrow the government of Sierra Leone on the 26th of November. Also, the Justice Samuel Otilo, when a High Court judge will grant a bill, and the matter will be adjourned until the 17th of January. And then the last update now that we know say yesterday, 8th of January, the court martial also be commenced with the court martial trial session of 27 RSLF personnel, where they start the session na court number 1 and the main court na Shakasibi Street. Then people there, we the accused people of RSLF personnel, they be charged with various offenses for the alleged role on the 26th November 2023 field coup. Today we there for discuss waiting at the government with expectations and we plans them for 2024. And for make we get that discussion, the proper will say nobody no fit for talk about that than the Honorable Chief Minister already with we. We have Dr. David Moyina Senge, we are welcome on behalf of the ministry. And also we get with sister, we have Dr. Fatuta Kiuna, educationist. We also pay for also can make a contribution to this discussion. So that note I go on for end and I will over to the host, who is the Minister of Information, Lil Boss. Thank you very much.
Thank you very much, Honorable Deputy Minister. To the family who will watch, listen, and follow you online and all over Salon and the diaspora, I want for telling all them to thank you again and wishing all, and join me, Deputy, for wishing all happy 2024. We pray this new year and for the all members say Salon big pass with all. And for that, we put Salon above all else. The national anthem say how we exalt the realm of the free. The national pledge say make we put her interest above all else. So help us God. So we big request, we big campaign this year, and for remind the people of this country, say the country big pass we all. And that this new year, Lord puts the country above all else. And for tell all the local partners and take care, wishing all best 2024. As I see today again, we get a wonderful show, you know, say we get a very big guest tonight. We are the Chief Minister of the Republic of Salon, the Honorable Dr. David Moyina Senge. They will come provide comprehensive updates on government in planning for 2024 across all of government. And they don't discuss this and don't say for a lot of substantive things that we hope so now we will carry and will form a big part of the conversation we will get. Just before we go to that, I want for just take a moment for just say not lost on me that on this panel representing the government of Sierra Leone are 340 and under people there, the new face of the country, young people there. Me. In a class together, I mean, we won a class, I mean, they come here in the academy. And David, as well, we grew up together. We were all members, activists as children. I think as a country, it's important for us we not miss the moment here. Not a small moment this week. I see the Honorable Deputy Minister for Gender and Children's Affairs there as well. Another very young man. We are part of the generation of young people where His Excellency President Julius Malala see fit. For say today, then say can our minister and I have is that with respect, but not to the average age this will be deceived. So the people who will watch, listen and host for also see and pay attention to that. I want for just announcing we get Colonel Lisa Maguire, we represent the Republic of Sierra Leone Armed Forces. And as the Deputy Minister announced, yesterday they bring initial charges for the court martial against 27 military officials for various offenses they ranging from mutiny to aiding and abetting the enemy and all that. If we get any specific question, we'll issue a press release on that day, very specifically. So if any specific question, they will need no answer fully. The colonel there will come so that we will provide answer to the people of this country. The commitments we don't make as a government, we're unprecedented as well in this country. And that we will be transparent, including with difficult conversations. We will hide. We cancel now. We bring kind information. Some man say now we don't get information. Say now one time. I say we don't even get. We don't even the plan level the chief means that they can't talk, but we don't even know do all the it. When I say this week, he even announced as well a new platform where any citizen can go by and use for set appointments for see any government minister. This is now part of the commitment with His Excellency President Julius Malala make. I also want for reiterate the commitment we get that every time we get a platform here, we try to get a different voice away from we the government. Because Salon now we all get an that we can always say. And in a democracy, we for talk, including people who don't agree with all the time. And so again, for the first time, the Ministry of Information and Civic Education will hold a platform here. We bring somebody not directly the government. We get civil society, we get private sector. We provide a platform for them themselves can share their views. So when the Honorable Chief Minister they can share the first reflections on 2023 and then the plans for 2024, and they get an opportunity as well for Dr. Fatu Taki, when a renowned educator, well respected, but let's say share your perspective and give your viewpoint. And then right after that, we get plenty of questions, a few questions will come in online. We always committed to answer the question. And if you did a year, you get more than one question. And this is a new year, so maybe I'll remind you one time before we get today. Everybody, when they call you, if I point at you, you get a chance to ask one. But you get the opportunity for submit more than one. But number 2, number 3, you don't use the digital platform. If you get a yourself, you text 8760 the question they can write and this may iPad or the wife so the answer is here and the answer. If you use the platform, we get a short code, we keep them with screen here, but also they by the flyer where they share. You use that code there, the QR code, you can use that, you go on the platform, you send 10 questions and they ask all 10. So again, you want to say, oh, they give you chance for talk, no, they give you chance for talk. Oh, it's not one I the celebrity for today, now the guest there, and the celebrity. We don't make this platform to let you can talk celebrity by week. Eh? We want to talk celebrity, call your platform when they can do. As I say, on that note today, I know say the chief minister get plenty for say. So we start with my friend, my brother, my boss now, the Honorable Chief Minister for the Republic of Salon, where I can let for point out to people that say an intellectual, a rapper, a designer. When I know all that, also. No, the dancing party on that are not great. Aha. The man get game, any carry puts a get game, The most important thing, he works very hard and committed for deliver on the vision of His Excellency President Julius Malabio. What we do, Chief, is I'll give you first 10 minutes. I know you have a lot to share. Start with just looking back at 2023, since you come to start, we all start. And then I'll give you another additional time for let you look at the year ahead. And the first thing to get just one major person from government, because you cover the length and breadth of the governmental salon. Now you supervise we all, now you make sure say coordination happen and all that. So it might be helpful actually for you to start with explaining to people what the role of the chief minister, because I feel see part of not to all man fully understand which and how you see the role.
Thank you very much, Minister and colleague, and the real celebrity that table over. I really think it's important that waiting you to do, waiting on the ministry to do, or bring the government closer to the people. The chief minister role, think about as a role we mean a glue, or no, I can be glue. For glue different people in together, so we must work together. But I can also be lubricants, like if grease, for big grease, where if tin hats for work, the person will be the oil, will remove bottleneck. So ultimately, my role as coordination, now either for make say we all go come together and do work and deliver on what we saw they do, and also bottleneck they for provide that grease they just for remove that bottleneck they so that people then will do their work. So until then, it means say I go go one kind of ministry for understand what's in the happen. Other 10 meeting, I go call minister then for can discuss. Other 10 meeting, I go call director within a different area. Ultimately, the fundamental goal that will make sure say we do what we say we want to do. To the point where even they make about that we can't take these things for granted within President Bill do. And obviously we work now for talk about within President Bill agenda in terms of implementation. Yesterday, all back the glad you say France, the new Prime Minister at 34 years old. France, 34 years old. But President Bill making you Chief Minister at 36-year-old for France there. So this thing what they do so that President Bill didn't copy from. But the important for identify inclusion in governance at this point, that if France, they decide, say, the Prime Minister for be 34-year-old and nobody no care about what's my age, what's in for make that salon, it will be a thing where people in the question when, and same with gender, that even though na law we pass, that we make the effort for have an inclusive room. And you can look around in many of the places that we day across government, we prioritize gender. So on what thing we do over the last 6 months of government, we don't do plenty things then. And I will focus on a couple. One major one everybody know about the agreement for national unity. For the first month and half, the opposition not only participate in elected role of government. They may they participate in non-elected ways, but they're not in the parliament, they're not in the council, they're not in the mayor houses. And His Excellency ensures we will get a dialogue mediated by the Peace Commission and many other people there, and we come up with 8 resolutions. I want for a show Fambull and say every one of the 8 resolutions and they under implementation. And we will continue, and I'm glad that my counterparts from APC, Dr. Kamara, even in New Year's Day message, reiterates they self-commit for implement everything within that agreement there. We as a government, the ABC as APC opposition, this is not a major success for the country, for how we address the differences. Big Five, we don't hear about Big Five, and those say, oh man, don't memorize the Big Five. But the primary one are the feed salon. We launched the feed salon program, and we create a relationship where the Ministry of Agriculture don't bring in lots of resources, financing, new money for implement on the Big Five, but they also don't develop policy. I read the other day, so they say, you saw that policy no more, you don't do over the last couple of months. Policy really, really important, and financing. But 2 major policies where I want to talk about where the Ministry of Agriculture do, now the rice value chain policy, where they look at the entire, because we still want to feed ourselves, and we for now and the rest of the eat. That means that from cultivation to processing and marketing, we look for bring out all the policy there and value addition for make sure so we'll be able to grow the rest over for each in this country. Yeah. The second one, what's then called institutional feeding, boarding home there, prisons, the police, several entities, and we governments buy arrests for them to the tune of tens of millions of dollars. We think we want for do now that over the next year, 20% of the arrests that they will buy for police and prison for be locally produced, and we get for go slowly, say it be 100%. And then policy then get for incentivize waiting we need for do for more feed reserve. A lot of people see where we signed MOU about the 8-kilometer bridge for Gonalunge. The way for think about is this bridge here they expand our economy. This bridge here, if you care about climate, people then they go up the hill there, disaster. This bridge here go make we don't clean the hill there and way water go there. It will expand the city. 10 minutes away, you can. Right now, if you did the peninsula, it take you 1 hour for can walk. If you go Lungi with the bridge, it will take you 15 minutes. So we all go gladly for the Lungi and not the inside traffic for can walk at Freetown. That they decongest the city. So the people that way they politicize are really not the, then maybe they see it, but they don't want to see it. The value of the bridge for the country that it expand the economy, they protect we urbanization, the congestion, climate and everything. We signed MOU, and the purpose of that MOU, the outcome will develop a a plan. But then they will look for a bridge. We don't check, they don't costed and evaluated plan and financing model. In terms of the economy, we don't engage with World Bank, we don't get new many grants for $65 million direct budget support. We passed the IMF review, the 8th review, where it shows the governments they live within the means and government can policy them where they work with IMF and program. We also lead to a disbursement of $20 million in financing. We do what we need for stabilize the economy, and then they make the World Bank and IMF continue for support with the program. In terms of energy and power, we'll see where we are glad about the MCC Compact, and when I be know everybody and the Compact, we're glad because it's an independent evaluation of what we do as a country. And that program, they will develop many projects, but within energy itself, through cabinet, we get the Western Area Power Generation Project. We will bring in about 103 megawatts. That will be a 36-month program. We expect around third quarter this year. Sorry, I go panel, also which we do now. And we get what's they call the Betmai Hydroelectric Power Project with a 28.2 megawatt hydro plant as well. And then we get the Newton Solar Energy Generation Project. We AFDB funded with a 6 megawatt solar plant. And then we get other projects and what they do within energy. Within education, we get new team we get for implement now, and we don't. I just see and not begin focusing on it for the continuous professional development. But something we'll get for be excited for ministers who will host WAEC meetings. Salon I will chair WAEC now for the next couple of years. I know they say it to that now. We're going to Salon man I will chair WAEC and match with the whole international WAEC summits now, and Ministry of Education and WAEC now then get for facilitate standing. Within foreign affairs, they don't sign many agreements then with foreign affairs, environment, tourism. One thing with tourism, we gladly but we then get for do over the next couple of years. Now, and I think the minister we don't talk about that. Every month we get new projects, new priority. We get month by month themes. They happen. And it's linked to the new airports, and I sure see people that may get questioned about the new airport agreement. But I see the number when I released the other day, the show increase in passenger travel. In the social sector, plenty team there, we passed cabinet decision on the illegal and illicit drugs. We push get a lot of activities. I think the Ministry of Social Welfare they focus on rehabilitation. And beyond the prisons facility in Pujan, with them pardon, with His Excellency pardon, then people then do their own rehabilitation there, which I thought was really, really inspiring. On transport, on Timo for C incoming, we don't see them find Boston. That we get for protecting Boston. Then get for begin label the streets them Usai as citizens with the drive, not for go at specific times. The boss in Walk One for we all go require we on good behavior as citizens. Or make sure so not they block their traffic because they are timed from one side, from eastern, say go western, for commute with people there. And we therefore support the Ministry of Transport on that. The Ministry of Finance, they continue for figure out how to stabilize the forex, where they don't do a very good job of, but for make sure say prices will be affordable. Overall, and in a way, you know, people then not to just bad news. Audit's not a bad thing. Try the way audit reports can come on there. Oh man, every newspaper and that, but bad audit reports. We commit for implement the audit recommendations. But the audit reports will come out this year, very good. It shows that MDA then they do lots of progress on audits. We don't just expect the audit reports will be scandal, table. And in spite of the things in the audit reports, which are really good compared to previous audit reports, we will work to make sure, say, with Ministry of Finance, we implement all of that there. One major thing for look forward to, that the National Development Plan vision, where they go until 2030. This is that one of the first NDP and we not linked to an election, because this is about the country, this is about how we achieve the SDGs. So we know they go into 2028, they go into 2030. And sports, plenty in the body boxing day, sports we happen in Abo, then get blind judo, then really the posting we win in Australia and Australia, where they figure out lots of ways to make salon people the way they abroad for come and participate. Where they go Olympics this summer, and one by the area in which salon actually they do very, very well in boxing. So we did plan for getting international boxing tournaments in salon leading up into the Olympics where they go. The salon are one of the top African countries in boxing, and the female Sierra Leone boxer is one of the best. Like this is a top ranking boxer. We don't hear plenty for Security Council investments right now. Team they are from Morocco, where they come for looking to investment. We get investment from what they have in Saudi Arabia, Sierra Leone investment, support Guinea. Civic education. They continue the appointment, bringing government closer to the people. Another thing say, they're not quite ready for state, but Minister Salima, and listen, we need for good 3G, 100% in a salon. I'm not going to discuss how the minister is, but this could be a task for the minister that salon, if possible, for me we be a country where you get 100% 3G. We work with the telco then. That's the kind of aspiration they will get, but maybe I will end there for now.
Thank you very much, Honorable Chief Minister. I think you already turned the call and beginnings at the priorities for 2024. We will frame today's conversation before I come to Dr. Taki. Now, that what people never expect from governments in this new year. 2023 in many ways will be a very unique year. We get elections, 2 coups, we end the year with a curfew, and you mentioned the airport numbers. The propaganda out there now that the salon don't be abandoned. That is not going to be, nobody know the car. In fact, that all man they can to Guinea. And that somehow things so terrible now. We see say during Christmas and New Year, we beach them full of the people of this country show say they embrace peace and they cannot be intimidated. We go out, we get fun. Then we in the ministry work very closely with Sierra Leone Civil Aviation and say, no matter the numbers, and what don't start so every year we pull the number in there. I want to go public with the raw numbers. Somebody asked me then this year about when I compare to global. I say, see, at least I don't give you the number now, you go do the analysis and the commentary. We will give you the facts. The fact is, despite all the challenges we go through in an election year, with all the crises and negative reporting and tough situation they will face, we see an increase in number of people who can in the country. And waiting civil aviation don't make clear, and waiting to try to explain to people then. The cost of your tickets not tied to one thing alone. Yes, airport taxes they contribute, but not to the only thing. The social media intelligentsia, the one I believe say that's tax will don't go up now. That means Salone Airport now will be the worst place for car, no flight, no the kind of. When Ethiopian Airways make the first flight cancel for March, that did the first ticket for go down because now so nobody want to work. Basic economics. Guinea get over I think 12, 14 major airlines will go there. We as at this end of 2023 almost will get 4 or 5. So just the number of flights that we attract for car. But the other thing people do not feel for realize is for attract certain flights for cancer alone, we need forget the kind of airport we get. So that can be an investment, and yes, like costly investment. And yes, it don't lead to increase in taxes. We know the hike nothing. We put some public. We at the government this we don't sign agreements with the we come on cabinets, we come, we do press conference, we read the cabinet's conclusion, we do all things. In the most difficult news and the most challenging thing. Because the decision His Excellency they make, we ask you for make, is for make a decision for the conscience and for the best interest of Salone. We see we believe say right. Decision that we can defend publicly. And make, they ever shy away, this government, they ever shy away or cancel the people there. So we see 2023, despite all that challenge, more people in camp, we don't sign new agreements, we didn't get more airline in camp. We get opportunities there, inshallah, for put ticket prices down. This just yesterday, we do a test booking for book from London to Salone. Another activity contributes to the cost of your ticket price and how soon you book. If you go for travel, so man they wait stay the week before you travel and they go ahead. We do a mock booking for June. For cancer, if you book now for cancer on June, about $600. $600. So, yes, you go look at them, choose the flexible dates in June now, you will see that from London to here. So again, facts are stubborn. People are interested in doomsday about the country. But to know anything the Chief Minister say, with commitment as a government, and for work hard as we can for deliver for the people of this country, for bridge the gap, for let people get the own information they will use for making a decision. So boss, for 2024, in 5 minutes, waiting now we top priorities. Waiting they keep you up at night. Waiting you want to see people they say, we keep this record now. Because we're not transparent government. We put this online as usual. At the end of the year, we'll come back here next year again. First one, if you please His Excellency, follow what today. Because it depends on whether you please the Excellency also. Please the Excellency, when they come back next year again, first press conference of the year, at the beginning, come and ask her. I play that same video there. I say, now this should be said. Or repeat the what he say. What to achieve, what to not achieve. Chief.
Thank you. One of the people there, when I complete this sentence, Salone sweet, but now. Whenever maybe a net to Salone sweet actually all 10. Not to net no more. What you say? It's important that we know that say the one that we can talk about Kona Creed and they put on social media wouldn't louder. They get a reason why we get it louder. Because you get thousands when they fly through that, they got it louder. And I think it's important for me when we know and then we understand. Say, ultimately, as you say, now about facts. If you go buy business class tickets 1 week before you come on a Tuesday, 3 p.m., of course it will be $8,000. But if you go buy a 6 months before, and then decide say, oh, now Air France no more you can fly, you okay for fly Air Morocco, or whichever, it can be $600. So people are not very honest, as you say. It's really the honesty, and which you want to do is that citizens can begin to ask questions, further questions, and then they make one for be 100% 3G that's alone. So that like village, you will know for check the data. I think that the top things, obviously the big five, we will continue the big five. But what I want for me to do, and for the minister, the ministries, we all, the budget, when I read the budget is what they call the annual work plan. We insist, say, the financing of the annual work plan and the following up. So the ministries, they have to sign a commitment with His Excellency for deliver on the annual work plan, we derived from the medium-term national development plan. But the main one, feed salon, I think it's a feed salon, we will see so they increase the yield this year. So take whatever the baseline is this year, we make sure so we increase the yield and available local rice with the salon. The second thing we know the sleep now, the sleep now security, obviously. We know they forget, say, in spite of all the progress that even though it's seem hard, but the dollar stabilized during this period. The honest truth is there are people who are never going to be satisfied, who will try to subvert the state. And we need to protect you against those people. We own job that will make sure they will not sleep, some of we don't sleep for protect una against the people that we don't want to get security there. And the other point that His Excellency always talk about education. Last year, 96% of the beginning transition will go SS1. Hopefully, we will go up higher than from this year. And the students that we go to higher education will actively look for see how most of them will transition and will continue for land, where it will lead to jobs. So big five, really, Minister. President Building knows the big five. We make sure that every part of the big five now will continue for the divide.
One last follow-up. From your office as the Chief Minister, do you have any pet projects we will see? How do they call it? Salon, power bank, data man. You just don't mention 3G. Anything the way you look at, say in 2024, this Chief Minister in your pet projects this way one see through?
We not oil and grease, not just oil and grease. Anything with a young priority on a ministry, like priority. I think the primary job really for His Excellency. But then seeing like the appointment app, they work with the Ministry of Communication for make sure that we deliver and we get plenty of that in there. Because we didn't see, outside with the Office of the President, we didn't see the challenges with the different ministry that they get, or the opportunities within the different ministry. We just they provide the glue or the grease. So now anything within the annual work plan, we need for support to them.
So for we within the Ministry of Information and Civic Education, when I heard the announcement, the Chief Minister said, we ministry a priority, 99 priority. So always we get planned. The Chief Minister to make sure say, this is not applied to your ministry or Indoor. This only applied to the Ministry of Information and Civic Education. But I will tell the Chief Minister, thank you. Let's talk to Dr. Fatutaki quickly. You are an educator, you don't listen to we discussed this and say, I want you to listen to the Chief Minister, but I also want you to give your perspectives as a Sierra Leonean citizen really observe the space. What you would like for seeing as Salon in 2024? What you want for see we focus on? In 5 to 7 minutes for you to do your reflections. And then I will hand them over to now. follow and ask the questions. Yes.
Thank you, Honorable Minister. Thank you, Mr. Ba, for that very loaded question there. Family on afternoon, pleasure for there at this first press conference. And Happy New Year to we all. And with the praise, we all push salon for go better. What I mean for go better, for push out where would they look other country there, where they watch them film, where would they read the other side there, where they watch picture there, where would decide who would they colleague. With the praise salon they reach that side. And then I will say something for make salon reach that side. So I just go back to the Chief Minister in reflections as you asked me. And going back to a few things that we don't see and basically looking at waiting the plan for 2024. Now, me as a normal citizen of Salon, you can find where we can talk, and I think it's a good job at least when they talk to women who they and understand certain things. Whether we want to understand or not, whether we want or not, or they make an effort for engage for make we know what's in their thing. So in fact, this is supposed to cut down small on apprehension and fake news, and I think it's a very important thing because we get people that win for cooking and for bringing out bad things that I think they can. Now, the country as it is. Fantastic, we don't look at 2023, as you say, and for me, it's a very interesting year. We don't get the good, the bad, and the ugly inside that 2023. The very good strides they don't make, but at the same time, they say interesting year, we don't get election inside that year day, we don't get coup attempt, we don't get airports, we don't get coffee, all the things that we've been thinking, say, way back 2002. So I don't think they don't forget about them. We don't left them there. But come, like this, January 6 was 26 years. So you imagine, say, another 2 decades, we come back, take we back to Usai, some of we, for people that we, obviously, we're not 58 by the way, so I think within that bracket. We, been dating 20s or have been teenagers, we'll be happy. But, before I digress small, I think it's something that's saloni for pick up, and I think owner in the right place for going. We need for able for commemorate them days there. We not for forget them days there. And also January 6th at the time when we get this kind attack on Freetown. It shouldn't be a day where for just pass. If it be a day and it should be a continuous thing, you day on the civic education. Then here we need for teach we begin them. People now when they talk about youth, yeah. I know we get youth as an interest. When some people are 60, 50, they're still in a youth. But we get a whole component of salon population. We don't know what's happening that ending. If sometimes even they see film, like they see that Cry Salon film or Cry Freedom or Cry Freetown, they actually listen and feel that. Because we know even they take them about themselves for teach we begin and say, this actually happened. So many things say that are part of that civic education, it should be a continuous. I don't see why we celebrate or commemorate Poppy Day for World War I, World War II, where we in war. We don't know the details of the war, and we know the next so we begin and study them. So that should be a key thing. When we go into our schools, into all the system, people that need for member waiting the happening, and we don't want them back. And that's the message that goes with it is never again, because no one goes through that day. So that's me digressing, that's one. Again, if one part of the security issues. You talk about the budget, you talk about the plans we don't make. And you say, and you want for reassure, we say, when I look at the economy. I don't think say anybody I don't make that general statement. Quite a good number of people, they feel the pinch. Yeah, I would say maybe 60, 80, 90% of people they feel. Now, even if you get the money, But for every time you come on at it, you want to buy orange or apple, or you go to market, the price don't go. For every time. So nobody know they will not feel that pinch the way, no say something that they go up and something is not right. So me, I think looking forward to 2024 is for us, how would they make announce it better effort. But maybe we try for consolidate now all the things what they plan. So we try for fast track them, maybe begin show effect, on the economy. Maybe we even get some element of price control. Yeah. When we get the people that we're supposed to, because people are knowing that they pay for that locally. Maybe they go out and see what's in the app in a shop 1, shop 2, shop 3, where they see the same item, all man get all man pay different tax. So for me again, as ordinary citizen, all man when they feel that pinch, where I never pots before, to how many pieces, that's one of the things. So I think that economy we need for really push on. Agriculture, fantastic. And we all eat less, but we don't want to think about cassava, we don't want to think petete, and less normal with it. I want to ask one question, and it's not going to be a rhetorical question, maybe Chief Minister will answer that later. We don't ever forget state farms, where sometimes we can get prisoners for work in state farms. Yeah. What that means is not easy and punish them within a state farm. But you can also get, like we get, you go and teach just like come out here. You must meet, are there or but they are all man defend something for the woman wants like a package space, someone defend something. But sometimes we reach them and say, then people there, you they pay them. But they actually they engage them for do work inside the farm. So either they pull it, then we'll get them supply, but they pay them back. But they inside it. And I think we get maybe one way of punishment also now for do agriculture, then later they will say not to be punishment. I think that. So that agriculture bit, and with all them things there, the policies where they put together for put that into practice, for make we able to begin seeing, because up to now, yes, people in there, lots more people don't go into agriculture, especially the do rice. But you go still find out, say, for when we know this, it's not as easy for them to shop like I go find the imported one. So maybe we need for give a lot more support to the one that we don't want to do. And the one that really we don't want to do and we not get nothing for, do not put them by force, make them go plant. Now we all eat it. We all eat. So I think that. Now, this bridge. I mean, from where I small at the Eri Bridge. From where I small, Shekitem at the Eri Bridge. I will make, that will be a controversial one, I'm not going to say, but I will make a statement. It's about time we get that bridge.
Thank you.
Do you have a make we get that bridge? If it means, you see, the price is to go, you look at development, you look at what I can say the cost to certain thing. You can make a move for those certain thing, even at the host, even to yourself. I can see grapes, I can see rice. I will decide if I want to eat the grapes or I want to eat the rice. But say which one you decide on, whether you call opportunity cost, which one you decide, something that we give. So, but we know say it goes open now, like you say, it will open up the economy, it will open up the tongue, people will be able to express the same like how me not meet train. But same like how when we do here, when they talk about train and how, and you see them, you tell them go apply the seafoods and the poil, vegetables and the poil, because they have fit for transport for camp. So if we get on there, it's in a way easy for transport produce from one place to another, they can sell, then go back. I think it's going to help the economy. So for me, that's fantastic. The other thing, this power. This power, we defend themselves, we go back to the dark ages, call them that dark ages, the dark ages of blackouts. It's very unfortunate that we don't move straight, but for some reason, one thing or the other, maybe now we are not patient for wait for the result for the thing that we don't plan. But what I find in Sierra Leone, I think is another thing I want to just talk is about the discipline, the rule of law. And when you talk about, for me, you ask me a question, what do you want to see for 2024? I think, say, we need for community self. We know politicians the one. Now we self, they make politicians. Now they make them turn rogue politicians for me. Because if we, when we vote people in, even the one that way that it has pleased His Excellency, when they go there, we begin tell them what do we think say. They want you as opposed to waiting at the two, then are we the cause. But we can also make people and when they lead for no say they are servants of the people. Now then they serve we, not only people, they serve them. So there has to be that understanding of the dynamics. So if rule of law, so the unfortunate one, and then when that I see that question is for say people in Google Puel, there something about the lights like in Tom. And I'm sitting there wondering how? If a politician you are doing for, they get generator. They get generator, they go give them fuel, they know they suffer. So you may go Puela, now for the country back, all man we're not able to afford them thing and they, now they go Puela for so to what end? So that rule of law, we need to make sure say, even per owner, the leaders, if there is a rule, there is a law, let us implement it. We have got traffic and that cover within our license plate. I mean, at the start, I remember that the president said that this was not going to happen. But if years down the line, the city people are then supposed to implement what the president say, and they seem to have an immunity when they go against it, then the general public will say, okay, now they will follow. So the other thing I want to talk about is water. Now the term that we show, no, don't worry, I don't know. So that lights, that water, rule of law, the politics of how we make now they create monsters, now they deify our leaders and we turn them into monsters, and the tariffs and the taxes, which is global, but when you put it into the salon context, where the salary they increase, but the taxes increase, then we probably need to sit down back, get a round table and say, what is happening, what do we need to do? And things that we people need to do, we need to force people to do that. Thank you.
Well, this is exactly why we as a government make sure the conversation is not one-sided. I have to tell you thank you for your frank, factual contribution. Again, I will all get this country. We only make this country by we just do one side, we all agree with each other. In a democracy, we for disagree, we forget different pressure voices, and the government of His Excellency President, you welcome that. So the one who say, salon a place where you don't express your opinion. Right now, the government press conference, we now really organize, pay for everything. We bring non-government independent voices. We share their own viewpoints. I just want to say two things quickly. On the budget, the Ministry will work with the Ministry of Finance. We will do an aggressive campaign in the first quarter of this year for really breaking down the Finance Act. We already don't make advanced plans with that. So you will see short videos, animations, a lot of engagements in communities. For the first time, we make sure the last person all across this country understand what's inside the budget. And that I commitment we are willing to make very publicly because I know how far we don't go. On civic education and the priorities, I know lots not been made about civic education, plenty things. I would say watch this space because it's something that we're really committed to. It's a new ministry. We don't work with the Chief Minister and other partners there. You know in the last week of December, we got a high-level delegation from UNESCO Council. They meet with Sonofona, they meet with historians and all. They're working with me. We don't sign a partnership with New York University. We want to go about civic education systematically. Build a completely new infrastructure on how we engage in civic education in Sierra Leone. Both starting from national identity, national character, what it means to be Sierra Leone, what it means to love Sierra Leone. How do you love your country? You know, document John, and I'll give the Chief Minister a quick chance for response. I feel like there are a couple of issues you should respond to, and I'll open up. You mentioned people that go attack EDSA facilities, but it's not just EDSA facilities. We own citizens of this country. Make delegation, go Washington, for tell the United States government say, let's allow the FCC money. You know it's not FCC money. The 500 million investment in energy, electricity. When they can nobody in pockets now. It's investments for let it begin and get lights now. It make delegation, they get that money, they go say America, that money, we not give real country so come out so born. So we people a day. You hate the government, you disagree with the government, so they organize themselves. They go America, then they pay people in there. We're not part and parcel of this country now, where they spend money in Washington DC for lobby, for less alone not get MCC money. So you want to talk about civic education, not just the ordinary how they were tackle. Some of the educated elites we need for remind yourself about what it means for let your country and put you on. Because you can disagree with MCC, you can decide say whatever out salon government and all thing. But you go say no, but the money you go to any other country, you go Senegal, you go other side, they go say yeah, but one the money can our country. Because if the money can say let me self there at this position of the money can. What will they spend that? Now jobs for Sierra Leoneans. So we will build the lights. Now all man will get the light. But let's can the same people who complain say lights not there. And the same people they support how they attack, and the same people they pay this money for let them go talk in America and say all thing bad, and they write back on social media all the negative news of Salon. For say we got today about for blow up. Where you go to beach, like a CM say, we get it with the joy inside this country. We marry seemingly liba local, we marry each other with this, but they want to present and say because not to them right now, that everything is so bad. So this conversation, I'm glad you raised the point today because if I know remind myself that as Sierra Leoneans, there are things like I will say this year with this campaign what they do on civic education at the ministry, salon for big pass near you, and for lift the country above others. Before we open up, I'll give you a chance to respond to one thing that we say just for 3 minutes, and then we'll open up for questions. So
thank you. Actually, the thing about the State Council, at one time, the policy way I talk about, where the Minister of Agriculture do, that the army, they get their own farm, the prisons, they get their own farm, all man, they get their own farm. The Minister of Agriculture, they find that, and we work with private sector for also established farms. So in government, don't decide for the, now that, would they make it easy for their private people to do farming. So we they make the road, we they make the lights, we they make the water, then you can and do your farming. That's what we're trying to do. On the local rice, most of the local rice, now Guinea and Mali can go. I read the other day that somebody say, oh, me now country rice no more I don't eat from where me member, they me I go buy me rice, na country rice me to buy. I meet other person say you know it's country rice, not like the smell. I don't want to say with man, but not so with man in the sense like that the foreign mentality when they don't put now behave. This is the civic. It's a kind of say, oh, that fair so don't scatter, you don't get any nutritional value, neither more sweet. But the difference in nutritional value between that country rest and that fair, they make compare. But yet, you get Saloma where you can say, not like the smell of a country rest. We're not good for you in the kingdom. So we need for, but yes, we're not Guinea and Mali, they can buy. If you go Cambia, they can't pay for one season before. So that by the time they harvest time, don't go. Yes, so we need for be able to celebrate that day. I agree with you on the rule of law. When you've been talking about opinion, say people they share the opinion as alone. You want to know they share the opinion as alone. If you go down the social media, who they cause me, they cause me a man, they swear me, they swear my power. That kind of level of openness, 90, but I'm open for questions.
perfect. So now, your turn. I have some questions from online, but I will read them and then I'll still count on before I get the response. Somebody said, it gladly will present the numbers for inbound and outbound travel figures for 2023. I want to know if the figures include the president and the delegates there. The way Salon people, somebody don't decide on help Salon people for be obsessed with the president in travel. The way Salon people are obsessed with how the president travel, eh? Somebody they ask question I will plan them for make sure say all MDAs get professional, functional, safe and updated websites. Then somebody they ask what make Salon Commercial Bank the require payment of college fees only at the headquarters in Freetown. As I said, this is the press conference for the government of Sierra Leone, so any and all questions are welcome. Now, of course, we get chiefs here, so you know all this. So now, indicates if you have a question, put up your hand, and then you know. So we call first 5, and then we go again. All right, let's see. I'll start with my resident celebrity number 1. I will go to civil society number 2. Gentleman at the back number 3. Glasses number 4. Yes, with the green number 5. You okay? So please pass the mic to 1. If you knew Naya, they are asked the possibility to talk.
The watch and Mr. Gowa and the sweeper respectively. The question of the Minister of Information and Civic Education. The question is all about civic education, sir. Yes, sir. Some people in talk say throughout the years we're getting lots of theory on civic education, but not really work effectively. They say, look, I ask you are a Muslim. What if you engage with the United Council of Imams? We get about 68,000 imams who register for preach anything way bad and good when you go up in high school like all a Muslim. 1. What if you engage with a tribal head council where you so all land belonging to communities there, and each tribal head get about 500 sub-heads there when we preach at the communities there continuously. 3. What if you engage with the Panama? What if they engage with the Panama chiefs there? Where we also get about 190 Panama chiefs there, they will spend it at some level. The last another is the Council of Forces as well as the second is thank you.
When I know say I nobody allowed any fair. I know get privilege here. I know so. Okay, good. Thank you. Yes.
Thank you very much, Mr. Minister. First and foremost, I want to congratulate your ministry for your job well done. Because it's the first in the history of Sierra Leone we haven't got correct information. But you people have provided us with correct information. Let me take you back to
question. Stick to the question. You don't tell me something we appreciate. But please, let's get to the question so that then will take us back. You take us forward.
My
yes,
question
yes,
is to the Chief Minister.
Yes, sir.
The Auditor General's report has come out. And what is government doing in the recommendations of all those they have the Auditor General's report has made? Because Parliament said we should need to talk about anything until we debate on it.
Okay. Thank you very much, sir. Number 3.
Good afternoon. My name is Ibrahim Isaac Mansari. I work for Central Parliamentary Operations and functions as a civil society. My question to the Chief Minister. Mr. Chief Minister, you talk about the G. Whilst me now, my phone where they use are referred for use for G. And at the report, one network they talk about 5G. So I want to understand how you explain what's now 3G again. What's 3G they can do again as well?
Okay, within 3G they can do good. Number 4 are the glasses man. Naya. White. The first glasses man, the second glasses man, they come. Yes.
Good afternoon from all our formal students. The question goes to the CM. He made mention that Sierra farmers or whatsoever, they take rest outside the country, they go sell them outside they take rest in the country, go sell them outside to neighboring countries. Being that Philip Salo and this government one of the flagship programs, what thing they do so far for curtail this activity, make sure so we get sufficient food in this country.
Thank you, sir.
Good afternoon. Mina Suleiman Yalo from Expo Times. This Nigerian question both the This Nigerian question to both the Chief Minister and the Minister of Information. Mr. Minister, before the 2023 year ends, you'll be then asked a series of questions regarding Sierra Leone's government standing with the ECOWAS. Of recent, there was a letter from ECOWAS addressing to the government, including specifically to the president, requesting for the former president of Sierra Leone go to Nigeria. But the time where them give for Nigeria don't pass. We say some stand in the government with the ECOWAS community in the region.
Good. Thank you very much. Can I only question them? For now, there will be multiple rounds, of course. Let's take the ECOWAS question because it's one of the issues that we are those people that don't ask about. We don't be very consistent. Salon are a very proud member of ECOWAS. We participate fully in ECOWAS and we make good contributions into ECOWAS. When the ECOWAS mission comes alone, our Lord listen, we put out a very specific press release. We've been signed by my counterpart, my colleague from the presidency, the press secretary, the Honorable Solomon Jamil. That press release, they make clear the public position on the ECOWAS visits to Salone. Account for being solidarity, for follow-up on the first visit to the account November 27, for showing their support to Salone, and the efforts that we, His Excellency, don't take. We put that very publicly. Okay? Very clear. Since then, neither ECOWAS nor the government of Salone not issued any public statements. So no new development or day for report on. And I don't make it clear in multiple interviews, we not comment on possible private conversations between and among, for example, President Bilo received multiple requests and correspondences we may not even know about. Just because one supposedly leak, no means say me for Canal can explain. What I explain, now when His Excellency, again I make a clear to someone say I don't speak for ECOWAS. If you see something from ECOWAS where you are asked about in the public position, they get websites, they get some, you can ask ECOWAS. When His Excellency take a decision for the government of Salone, His Excellency typically they communicate that day, they make a note to the boss, the chief minister and others. The VP, I will tell me, say, Mr. Minister, I will inside the room, will make a decision, then we communicate very clearly to the people of Salone. In fact, on that same day, they will be communicating to the people of Salone. The government of Salone, through the AG's office, will bring charges against the former president of Salone, Dr. Anes Baikoroma, for treason, misprision of treason, and 2 counts of harboring. On that day, and the news line we will get. When we get updates on ECOWAS and conversations on ECOWAS, when I know say we are a very transparent government, we can write back and explain to una. So I hope say that they clarify the ECOWAS issue. And it turned out to the Honorable Chief Minister response on your question. And then I will come back to your civic education question after that.
Thank you. On the Auditor General's reports, there are many ways of engaging. One, as you rightly stated, was through Parliament. I hope people show up and participate in other parliamentary debates. We see when there are culpable corrupt cases, Anti-Corruption Commission after Parliament or in consultation with Parliament can deal with that there. And then if you look at the report itself, it's for ministries. There are recommendations for each ministry. I want to assure Pambu and say, in line with the Ministry of Planning and the Ministry of Finance, we make sure say then team then they with the ministry then for do, then they do one. And we work with them. On 3G, not to also I get 3G, I think say you get locked in Freetown, say you get 4G and 5G in the central area. But because we're not an inclusive government, we get Fambu then within our village, then we don't get 3G. Some we don't get 1G step. So we want to make sure say that with Fambu then within our village, we don't get 1G. Then instead we'll get 3G. So that they don't go the wait for people in live panel. Then instead we'll search the internet, then instead we'll engage, yeah? And without that happen, say we get full universal minimum 3G in Salon, we all go gladly. So when you come on a Freetown with your 5G, you go to your village, you still go get internet. And the difference between 3G and 4G and 5G, now download speeds. Now how you download and upload, and how quickly they transmit data and what kind of data they transmit. So do you a big, then we welcome 3G also. In terms of with the rice, what happened, what I mean only happened before, now private sector, private business. People that they come out, they don't see you a farmer, then they can't trust you. They give you seed, they give you money. Say we plant this rest, we cut and me they sell it to. And they get for do that, the people they get for sell it to, the one way supports them. So we own governments, they do that through the Ministry of Agriculture in an organized way. And for make sure that we didn't engage them farmer there. We didn't give them the signal they need. We said they go say if you want, we'll buy them from you. Through that scheme there, what they talk about, through school feeding, homegrown school feeding, through institutional feeding, also 20%, and hopefully then they go. And then you said, go ahead. If you go to the market tomorrow, if we all like decide to go to the market tomorrow, that country rest will they buy. Next day when you go beat country rest there, it will be cheaper. So may we force the market. And when you do that, now your mama and your sister and your family will not even benefit. Because now you will get for more rest. Because you know now say, when you sell rest, you cut down tomorrow, you did decide for each that rest day. Because it's better for you and better for the economy. So do you have it. Now one take away tomorrow, when you go to the market, buy country rest, yeah? Yeah, that's it.
Alright, like I just also add on the civic education, completely agree with you. They build a whole new infrastructure that they will include working with religious, civil, cultural, tribal, local authorities. Like, as I say, watch this space. We'll come back specifically and get a conversation on civic education. But we're in the process of building. Thanks for that input today. Dr. Taki just points out to me, says Salon Commercial Bank, they actually collect fees, not just in Freetown, but across all the branches. So that possibly said this question, we see in Freetown no more. We want to clarify that part. Somebody may ask a question about professional, safe, and updated websites. It's not part of real government information architecture plans as well we'll get, both for Mail Ministry and the Ministry of Communications. Again, in the first quarter of this year, we will not continue to make progress on that part. Next set of questions. Yes, 1, 2, 3. No, you get a chance to ask a question. Others are not getting journalists there. But wait. 4 and 5. Okay. You go.
Yeah, my name is Ibrahim Chawara from IB Block. My question goes to Information Minister. As I live now, plenty people still ask you, what's the government involved into this super advanced scam? How best my people come inside for make sure say when I able to talk with Orange and they're able to get their money back because the money is still in the account when they reflect.
Thank you very much. Very good question. Thank you. 2. Would that have been 2? Yes, this one I am.
Mr. Minister, if I not lie, this is the second treason trial inside Salon. under the leadership of President Buhari. Which lesson will we learn?
Okay, which lesson will the government don't learn? For what the one for you? It's okay, good. Number 3 now you, eh? Yes.
Good afternoon. My name is John. I want to ask question to Seattle Power Bank, the Chief Minister. Chief Minister, you mentioned about the dialogue. You mentioned about if the APC they adhere still the dialogue and how far the level would have been. Thank you.
Thank you very much, sir. Number 4, yes, Number 5 now. And now you have 5. 4, yes, Damandi.
Yeah, my name Choice FM. The question we get, I don't get a lot of calls from people for asking me one question we myself not get answer for. This Friday we pass, we understand say they sack the clerk of parliament. I want to get up from whether or not true.
Oh, 5 now. Okay, thank you. Number 5 now. I don't tell her, say, if you see news, you don't see our page. You don't see our Facebook page. You don't see the signature. You don't see her, just no see my fake. But for the can be wrong.
I don't know about the report for Heritage newspaper. The question I ask now concerning the 27 soldiers they made the world, and we know say Salon now a lawful country, right? And we know say whether anybody in any coup attempt, the penalty there for that. So waiting the court get for you towards that. Waiting the government get for you towards that.
Thank you very much. That's an excellent question, actually. Thank you for your answer. I will still to the Chief Minister because I would like for keep one more round if we able to do this one quickly. So, Chief, go.
Thank you. I think the lesson from the treason trial and every trial before now the independence of the judiciary. I know some people that learn for things say the judiciary no independent, but actually that's alone across the board. In spite of what people that learn for believe, me, I the talker, from where I don't turn minister, where I don't turn chief minister. But any judge can say me I don't call her. For I don't seem to be judge. We don't remember how many times I don't see judge, I don't have judge. The independence of the judiciary is there. And I think that would have one part in major lesson there. And the second one on evidence, so they follow evidence. Not so by how, not by feeling. They follow evidence and will continue for this, not just in this trial, but in all justice sector reform. Now they want by the big 5 for President Buhari, that justice sector reform. On the dialogue, lots to speak about there, but lots of progress. All mandate participate. Major updates then where I get actually, I will take small time. Now the TORs for the electoral management bodies review committee. They don't meet plenty time. They get subcommittee. Would they develop the TOR? Then they look forward to seeing what they come up with. And then they, as you know, in a 3-week leadership between APC, Dr. Mara, Dr. Gaima, and Ms. Wakana. We are the UN residents, so they proceed. The second part, so there are 8 resolutions, like a one-party resolution and the electoral management bodies review ongoing. The second one are the inter-party dialogue. It is one of the really, really exciting ones. We forced inter-party dialogue. Yesterday, 13 out of 17 political parties showed up. The Secretary General and Chairman of APC showed up yesterday. The Secretary General of SLPP plus PMDC plus all men showed up yesterday for the review of the security sector by the ONS, where they show the inter-party dialogue, not to just for more we'll talk about the agreement, but we need all the parties for participate, which is also a civic responsibility. Another resolution we needed now that we for deepening the relationship between President Bio and former presidents. Just recently, President Bio and former vice president been a hangout. So President Bio don't get any problem for hangouts and for engage with former leaders, which is ongoing. And on the judiciary, on the release, and I mean, talk these people then take and say, why make I talk that day? APM, I mean, not talk about this at the press conference before. ABC being providing lists for people there for free. People there, they don't need a court, they don't need a prison, they're all over that way. So what I've been saying is that maybe then we will help, and not so bad talk that day. If you don't say that person where you say for review, not so bad talk. Right now, the person is a fugitive. Now bad for say, do you have able to make that person they kind of will review the case? Not so bad talk that day. And I'll tell you, say, somebody did that list today, we did that ABC then list, we present your pardon. So that's also ongoing. So I continue for big, whether an ABC now, whether an SLPPO, anybody, but particularly the one that we ABC puts on that list today, I beg them, ask them, let them come back. If they're able to come back, we'll be able to do a review. But otherwise, the conversation they go on. On this, me they lead a delegation next week with the Minister of Finance, with the leader of government business, with the minority leader of parliament, with the All Political Parties Association, the head of MCC coordinating unit, and with one NGO. We will go now Washington DC on this, and the importance more understand. For deepening the bilateral relationship between the US government and the Sierra Leone government. Within the bilateral relationships of the US government and the Sierra Leone government, me will engage with the executive office, several people in the executive office, including the MCC, USAID, DFC, Sierra Leone, now one part of the country that will get the largest amount of DFC funding in Africa. These are direct foreign investment from the US government. Sierra Leone get one of the largest portfolios. And we will engage with the leadership of DFC and several other people there. And we also engage with the people in the how you call them, the legislative. That means people in the Senate and people in the House of Representatives. And there, because of bilateral foreign relations, we meet with people within the Foreign Relations Committee, both the senator and people in the House of Representatives. Yes, the topic of conversation will include the agreement, it will include MCC, it will include DFC, it will include USAID. We'll get plenty of news for talk, good news on that, they will not talk now with the whole number. One people that knows the relationship between the US government and the Sierra Leone government is really deep. They continue for work on that. And they make a bring delegation in DC. Finally, the minister will talk about that day. On the clerk of parliament, truth or lie, we know to Kungusa government. We know they talk about Kungusa or Tinwe, we hear rumors. We know they deal with misrepresentation. If somebody can say, I already say, oh, that man they nah, so we do. We get plenty of things what they do for address on the economy, on governance, that are not really things that are right. From where we talk about Kungusa and rumors and hearsay. Thank you.
Thank you very much. Just for reiterate that last point today, when there's news of that nature, you will get them directly from the Ministry of Information on different channels that we share on socials or on respective page. So not getting news for reports on that, and we try for you back to rumors. On super advertise, glad we put in the answer for this question. This is an opportunity as well for this civic education. If it's too good to be true, it's probably too good to be true. Somebody can tell you, say, give me 500,000. Tomorrow, I will give 5 million. My brother, my sister, run for your life. So that is scam. Bank of Salon not take some measures then. They try for shots they all down. Or actually they actually be very proactive. Like the first issue the press statement say they dissociate themselves for their way and find out. And I want to tell citizens in Tenki because plenty citizens tag we, so plenty on social media on super advertise, and in fact some they go on the private websites and all that and really draw your attention and we push them forward with emphasis to get them measure here. So again, civic engagement, I will all responsibility for protect we serve. But the people who look for quick money, fast money, money double, this, that. Yeah. If at the end of the day you get scammed, there's very little we can do. We do best, obviously, shut them down, protect. We get means and how we work with Bank of Salon for make sure so we're also transparent with UNA on which institution and a legitimate institution, because for even do any kind of business we get for with finance, you need to be registered. And that registration and license they're supposed to be public. But even if we do that, they will put that online. If you don't search for it, somebody come in to say, give me money, I'll give you 20,000. You get your money or you use Orange, you send the money there. That will still be your problem. So again, we feel very sorry for the people that they will do it who can as a government for shuts down their platform. And they're not so just super parties they out there. There are multiple others. I talked to the bank governor the other day, mentioned plenty others where they out there, where they use and where they call. But the principle really that if it's too good to be true, it's not true. So you as the citizen need for. On the question of the penalty, we get Colonel Isabagaya, maybe not get one chance for just see for the people that who don't court martial, the military will not start. Wait, because we don't get the penalty, I guess they ask. Yeah. What's the worst form of punishment we expect? And then maybe I'll give you a chance since we can close soon. By the way, I'll extend this by 10 minutes. For talk about the Calamine group, so 46 officers then we want to discharge recently because of illegal activity. I don't go through that process. See today, I mean, we don't just get opportunity to provide clarification on that. First, on the penalty for the one that we will, if they find me guilty, what's the penalty we expect? Yeah.
And thank you very much, Mr. Minister. The Chief Minister of the Republic of Sierra Leone, the academic giant right in front of us, Dr. Fatou Taki, the Minister of Information and Civic Education and the Deputy, our friends from the media. Very important question, and I want to go quickly to the answer for that question. Currently, the court martial trial is on. I know one prejudice, which is the Gombe, but waiting, I want to make on know. See, that trial will continue of 27 ASLA personnel. The proceedings, definitely, the outcomes of the trial, we will make and know. People will ask so many questions when they will ask why make the court martial in the right in the center of Freetown or within Cotton Tree. But one simple question I've been given was that the court martial will put an end because if we make an cockerel, some of them are not go there for go cover what they happen because we want a free and fair trial. So anybody who wants to see what they happen now, it will go there and see what they happen. Now, let me turn attention to a very important aspect when the minister mentioned. That about the Calamira security network. In a press release we'll put out, we find out say, we make it very clear, say the ASLAF now a unique institution. Unique because we are covered by two laws. We get the civil law and also get the military law. So, in some of the existing policies, we will get now the ASLAF. It's forbidden for any serving personnel for making join any pressure group or engage in any critical political discussion. And then are the existing policies. If you do that, then like crime, we don't commit into the Republic of Armed Forces. So way back,
in July 2023, we will get a joint Republic of Southern Armed Forces and Southern Police investigations. And the report will uncover subversive activities against the state who involve some Republic of Southern Armed Forces personnel. The investigation initially did start when one Corporal Koroma we abandoned a vehicle, now the Joint Communications Unit at the Wilberforce Barracks. When they search that vehicle, they meet a list serially of serving personnel of the Republic of Southern Armed Forces with the part of that illegal social media network. So the investigation team also revealed that some of the personnel were on that list. Now, a member of a formed WhatsApp group in a national where they call Calabria by one civilian, Shaka Dumbuya, we currently be on the run. So they formed this group according to the reports we'll get, the fines we will get, with the intention for unseat the democratically elected government of His Excellency the President and Commander-in-Chief of the Republic of Southern Armed Forces, Brigadier General retired Dr. Julius Matabio. Now, you see, I don't see a lot of posts from the social media. People, they send their opinion. But again, you might be correct, you might be wrong. Sometimes it's necessary for people to seek the correct information from the right people. They post the one that they make. Now, assumptions, sorry. People, and they say they don't sack a lot of people in the armed forces, yes. That is why they confirm them now. And the reason is very simple, because the timely administrative action by the MOD ASLAF will be based on the ASLAF existing policies, when are misconduct and media policies. 4, the ASLAF personnel that will be involved in that clandestine social media group will be forbidden at the armed forces. The armed forces don't take a timely decision because of national security. It is for your interest. It is for the interest of the state. Because it's simple. Them personnel there, where they investigate before the November 26th, we find out say, or the report states, they be involved in subversive activities against the state. We side them discuss and plan activities for unseat the government of Sierra Leone. So, in the misconduct issues now the ASLAF, it's very simple because we get section 26 and 27A and B of the Army Orders Act. If we don't want to, we'll give the policy anything already. Wait till we see any member, especially 27A of the armed forces, at any time will be removed from the military or be called upon to resign his commission for misconduct. Underline the word misconduct. B further say, any officer may for reasons other than misconduct be called upon at any time to retire or to resign his commission should the circumstances and the case in the opinion of the Forces Council so require. And before you do that, we'll get what we call the service test. Before you determine this all, we get what we call the service test. So, for make way we determine the service test, whether the conduct, the misconduct, it is required that commanders will get regard for whether the actions or the behavior of the individual adversely affects or impacted or likely to impact the efficiency of the operational effectiveness of the ASLAF. So if the answer is yes, then misconduct is deemed to have occurred. Therefore, the standard of proof for this now balance of probability. Not to say now if we prove them beyond reasonable doubt, let's say now courts in the go. Because the policy state will follow the policies.
Right.
In just a few minutes, sir. So the board will also consider whether the safety, the reputation, the discipline, and well-being of the armed forces is at this report. And it will look at whether the behavior of individual, in this case, where they serve, adversely affects the likely impact of the operational effectiveness of the ASLAF. Then, we also look at quickly whether the actions potentially damage the command and subordinate trust, management and leadership, and also leadership relationship. Then, quickly, it will also look at whether the actions potentially provide adverse publicity to their unit and by extension the federal forces. So finally, whether the actions undermine morale, good discipline, and also to the Republic of Sarawak Armed Forces. So based on the existing policies and based on the investigations, before they take this action, they call the player on an interview, when on the procedure, they warn them, they advise them, tell them they will not come up on any group there because the policies state for joining group there. But unfortunately for some of them, on the 26th November again, for the failed coup, some of them again were involved. So the armed forces will get no option for take a timely decision for national security, for the safety of you people, because of the oath of allegiance, you don't erode, because of the loyalty is questionable, because no longer gets the confidence of the superiors and subordinates, and as a result, the armed forces will be able to take this decision.
Thank you, sir.
That's not going to be happening.
Colonel, thank you very much for that detailed, useful, relevant explanation. The summary like this: 48 ISLAF personnel, they don't compulsorily discharge all of them because of the illegal membership in a group which we call Joint Calamera Peace and Security Network. We have an illegal group with the finance, with the administrative procedure, a group which we use for try for do illegal activity, including involved in the November 26th field coup attempt. So then remember that they all 48 of them are within that group where they don't review and they don't dismiss 48 of them. The other means from the army that's 27 officials that don't be charged for various offenses then, again connected to the November 26th field attempt coup. The charges they range from mutiny, failure to suppress mutiny, murder, aiding the enemy, communicating with the enemy, and other relevant offenses. I mean, you would like to take another round of questions, but I think we're now far past time. So I just ask the panelists them for the final words there, and then we will close. Your question, you sure?
Yes, sir.
Would not be a question. I can ask you if you're sure, because I know say you question the answer, but you were not paying attention. Yes. In fact, the question I need the chief minister starts. We begin for talk.
Thank you, Mr. Ba. So, for me, 2024, this is the first press conference as you see. So, I'm really honored for being here. But I think, we as Salone people, both inside Salone and out of Salone, I think no commit to be safe to a country. For me, not about political party, I'm trying to make this statement 2 or 3 times. Salone big pass we all. We all come. Before we, people have been there. Now we don't tell this. After we, people are there for day. No one else don't spoil Salone for the people who go for camp there with chicken and trafficking. Men no political person or political party can't tell me for do certain thing. We don't want to go as refugees no side. Some people they get options for go other side. But I can assure say 90+% of Sierra Leoneans one day inside the country. Men we fit and try for we set now instead of go as refugees on the other side. So now we don't allow, no one expect leadership. Other day at that time. But now we got leaders, and David mentioned that it will cost him a man, grandpa, or food. Now like fish, when you fish, you ate dump well, all sides. So if we sit down, We get people the way they rule win and then at the head. Then every day with the cost there and they swear there. So any false move they make, don't swear themselves and they're better. Anything they make, they affect well. So we need to understand that. Maybe that will be one of the anecdotes for civic education. Because if the aid don't put, you don't cost that aid. You don't swear and say ultimately they do wrong. Any move you make, it affects you with it all. So me posting the head me that get busted and they swear every day, man, I know that it come back to. So we need for reassess, not we change the mindset, not we put salute before, then we try to be disciplined, and we ask the government for ensure say we discipline. Make how the rules and laws then will make sure that we enforce what they rule and law they are. Because all man thinks that free tongue just free, so all man can just free for doing they want. 2 questions. When the National Development Plan, where they hope say it's inclusive, and get to the point where if any other governments come, then they reverse them, so we can't they all the 10. We need to move forward. And the question where I always get them in mind is that is it possible? I don't know what the modalities are. I understand Liberia has a free port. Is that something that has ever been considered for Sierra Leone? For we for the free port. So with that, happy new year again. We go work together. May nobody overseas not tell me what to do the suffer now, we're gonna win the now. May nobody not can't tell we can't make one away. People that they poor, we were inside we they manage, we they survive. So I beg you, I know we will save, more let we save, more move on. Forget political party. Where elections we work with it. After that, we move on. Thank you.
Thank you very much.
Thank you very much. I'll answer your question. I think we want to get government service delivery. We want for paid challenge. We want for paid team there. So may we then tax the day, as you've been saying. Ideally, all man they pay different tax, but we're not sophisticated yet. But then we say the people that we then they pay more, then they pay more tax, and the one that they do. So until that 10 day, we now go get free ports for now, and we get for pay for the services. And then there was a second point that you had, which was the National Development Plan. Actually, this is one part of the beautiful part of this NDP. Even though election at 2028, and even though that we ever win back, we still make sure say the NDP now until 2030. That means that for make sure we will win 2028, it will easy for more continue the work, you know. I want for end for explain something to some people then. Get with and important because some people that they will hold in and they won't go online for say what's in that hashtag we will deliver. I want to explain what's in 2024 mean and what's in the hashtag we will deliver mean. If not for we have delivered no more, we have delivered and the evidence there. I don't need for kind for right, we have delivered. Because we begin them, they go to school. Then they eat outside and they eat. We get this security with it. We know what's in the happen. We have delivered plenty in there, even though it's in there. We are delivering, we know that day. But when we say we will deliver, that means not to just wait till they do all the sleep that too. That we where they that we as government, Una as citizens there, Una as opposition, that we all have to deliver for this country here. That means the plan they will put in place, the ambition they will get, the vision they will get. And like you don't want to do one for me. You self need for deliver for yourself. You self need for deliver for your kingdom. So do you where you see hashtag will deliver, not succeed and say what the delivery. Because that means say you don't want delivery for yourself. We will deliver power.
Alright, on that note, I want to take this opportunity for thank you to all the media partners. I want to tell Una the journalists in civil society thank you, Una the always come. And I want to wish we all a wonderful partnership for this year. I want to remind Una say the teasing trial they continue this week. We get also other trials, other charges that they continue. And then the investigation into the failed November 26 school not ended. The ransom, the reward money is still available. 70 million for any 70,000 new currency, the only currency that we get. For anybody that gives information that lead to the arrest of the people who will put out. So do you have family? We're going to continue. See this peace so we enjoy this Christmas, and then people are not going to enjoy it. Then see how Chief Minister explains. So all the good things they happen across government. Oh, they can go now to the US, but talk to the US government and all that as a democratic country still, together with the opposition. 9 bad people they want to take away from we. But the reason why we succeed are because of UNA, the people there. UNA, the free press. You, civil society. We all will get a role for play for lift Salone above all else. And for remind everybody say, Salone big pass we all. Until next week, we will meet again, same time, same place. I'm for 7:10. Assalamu alaikum.
This is not the end of the weekly government press conference. This is not Unity Broadcasting. We did tell plenty. Thank you. We viewing. We tell plenty. Thank you.